Surprised he's not going to Lobnos, though. Oh, thank God. I've been wondering if we were ever going to get back to the hide system. That's nice. That's a nice little roundabout. I appreciate it. It's been a while that I brought up the hide system stuff, but I've been wondering if we were gonna... Plus, fuck Teal! Teal's finally gonna get his one up. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stone Face Reactions. I'm Theta, and we are back with the penultimate episode of Banner of the Stars 2. I showed you the board just last episode, so I'm not gonna go ahead and bring it up here again. Oh, you know what, I don't know why I wouldn't. I could, and why not? That was the wrong button. Where is my board? There we go. Don't worry about what's going on right here. That's just telling me that I'm not currently logged into my board, but I don't need to do that to show you what's going on. Literally nothing has changed, but the only thing that I want to comment on is the fact that I have not marked these two people as dead, even though the clear implication to me is that their ship has been destroyed. The United Mankind people are not big up on taking hostages, it seems, unless they're already on a planet. Ironic. But, yeah. I don't get the note that Duchess would surrender. Especially not after so many of our other people have already died in the effort of holding the United Mankind people from the Lobnos system. So I'm hoping they're not dead. I'm hoping they pulled out something that got them away, but you know, as I said before, I'm gonna give them this episode to show me that either they're not dead or that I'm wrong. You know, I'm gonna give them the opportunity. Otherwise, yeah, that's the only thing on the board. That's why I wasn't gonna bring it up, but I guess it's good to have visual aid. Otherwise, Lafiel and company have taken off. We got a next time on that showed what's her name commenting on the fact that Jinto was about her age, which also I don't really know how to parse, considering the fact that the Ob can live up to 200 years. Jinto being her same age is kind of like your dog being a quarter of your age. I don't know. I'm not trying to compare humans to dogs. That seems like it would be problematic in universe, but the concept of we live at best maybe about half as long as the Ob do. The whole you're the same. It'd be like in a fantasy world, an elf telling you you're about the same age as me. It'd be like, okay, does that mean you're a child? I don't particularly know how to parse this. Sorry, I'm also somewhat a little bit distracted because it sounds like the fucking apocalypse is happening outside. By which I don't mean like fighting, I mean like it sounds like I imagine the sky would as a meteoroid is passing by. So, you know, if this if this recording ends and never gets seen, I'll know why, or I won't because I'll be dead. Either way, I think my brain is starting to ramble on now. So let's go ahead and get into the episode. And if there's anything left, I'll cover it in the intro. So, catch you on. Okay, I guess we're gonna cover this right now then. So I think the implication is the other ships that went around to attack from the back survived to retreat. But there's two groups of 3 ships here that are surrounded now. So I do believe it was 5 groups of 3 ships each. Oh, okay. It's still not good. They're not surrounded. They're just being chased. Oh yeah, because she thought her whole fucking fleet was about to be destroyed. This is where the last episode ended. I was confused by that statement behind us. You're heading right for them. I don't really know what's going on here. My first thought is, are they actually heading here because of the drugs? It's more drug stuff? Well, they're not really surrounding, they're just moving past. Not really. Yeah, majority dead. That was a good image. That was a really good image. That got me quiet. I mean, obviously I am more quiet than not. But specifically the dead floating around the ship, especially because we know we're in fold space. So that's the indication that the ship is still alive and active. Because obviously that must be the Duchess's ship. Which is the flagship, which, you know, has to also, because we've seen everyone else going into fights, and this is the one that's been escorted and had extra shippage too, by the way, because remember the extra two joined them. I imagine that's the best looking ship in the First Fleet at the moment. But all the argument before about why should I lay down the lives of my men for this, and I'm asking you to do this thing, and to see that that's the price that you paid for this. But again, this was all for the honor of the Star Forces, right? So, well, this wasn't all for the honor of the Star Forces, it just, the honor of the Star Forces was on the line, regardless of what this was for. But yeah, I'm thankful that I didn't mark her as dead already. I'm thankful that I had faith in the show not to get rid of its best character. Wow, wow.
戦闘に参加した巡察艦33隻のうち完全撃破26、中破4、小破はラーシカウを含め3とのことです。覚悟していたとはいえ、多くの軍士が死んでしまった。彼らの死が無駄ではないと本当に言えるのか。皇帝陛下はこのような思いを日常的にしているのであろうか。
Ah, blown right off the head. Plus, you know those things go into the nervous system. I remember he said stuff about crying. I didn't remember anything about him talking about the military service. Ah, it's so long. Feels like so long ago.
敵の補給部隊と推測されます。戦闘力をほとんど持っていなかったようです。
まあ、それは俺たちも同様だが、真正面からやり合っていたらいくら敵が補給部隊でもやられていたな。
全く幸運でした。
ルイセスの位置を確認しました。
分かった。時空分離しろ。さっさとこの忌々しい領域を離れるぞ。
みんな、私を非難しているのだろうか。当然だ。私の判断でこの事態を招いたのだから。しかも、私は確実に失われた幾千の命より。
Which you can't do as someone in line to the throne. More like your dad than you thought.
それなら多分勝てそうだな。
第一艦隊のおかげで敵の戦闘力は我々の半分以下ということは分かっていますから。しかも彼らには補給の必要があります。ロブナス伯国から我々が待ち受けるサルクス伯国へあえて進路を取るのはサルクス門に入らない。
I thought he'd be more upset that somebody got to the fight first.
と判断したからでしょう。
Or upset about the losses.
それで作戦は
2つ用意いたしました。彼らを門に入れないものと入れてから閉じ込めるものをどちらになさいますか。
長期戦は性に合わん。さっさと片付けるぞ。
では門に入るのを阻止する方で構いませんか。
ああ、気の毒だが完膚なきまでに。
For all the talk about the Ao being superior, I feel like the United Mankind strategy from last season was the better strategy.
前方来撃戦用意。
敵艦より砲艦通信。
なんだ。
Like trapping them in the system and firing the missiles. I mean, mines.
本当に降伏するというのか。
本当です。現在も繰り返しています。
よかったではありませんか。これで味方の損害を出さずに済みます。
そんなことは分かっている。俺が言いたいのはだ。ここで降伏するぐらいなら最初から脱出しようなどとしなければよかったということだ。
なるほど。してしまったことは取り返しが効きませんから。
Also, why didn't they just surrender to the first fleet? Or did they have to get beaten up first?
そんなまどろっこしいことをするぐらいなら降伏を拒絶する。
拒絶するのですか。
それができないからイライラしているのではないか。全く敵の行動にどんな意味があったというのだ。本当にこの順位を突破するつもりだったのか。
一定期間とはいえ前線から我が方の兵力を引き抜くことには成功いたしました。私が敵の最高指揮官なら彼らの行動を評価するでしょう。ここで戦っても全滅するだけです。我々の戦力は大して削ぐことができません。実に合理的な行動です。
Yeah, it could be that they used most of their shit up against the first fleet, and now
さぞ喜ぶだろう。
そうします。
they thought they had a chance before, and now they don't think they have any at all.
前線を薄くしたとはいえ、敵の本体がそこを利用しなければ全く無意味ではないか。
それは眼前の敵の責任ではありません。
大体お前の言う通りなら俺たちの役回りはどうなるんだ。戦う気もない連中に引きずり回された間抜けか。
そこまで卑下しなくても。
Could be a
卑下
tactic.
しているのは俺ではない。
Distract everyone with a fleet that was never meant to fight. Regather your troops elsewhere.
そんなことは分かっている。いい加減
As far as I know, though, there is no other fleets left to fight.
申し訳ありません。
全艦隊に戦闘の中止を伝達しろ。せっかく出したが嫌いをしまえ。
I mean, hell, these were considered to be the allies of the United Mankind before. Not even the United Mankind fleet, which I assume has already been destroyed.
了解しました。しかし、戦勝祝いの飾り付けはそのままにしておけばいいかと思います。どんな形であれ、勝利には違いありませんから。
なんだ、本当に飾り付けをしていたのか。
いえ、でも閣下が祝宴の準備を指示なさったのかと存
I
じ
feel like in any other show, this guy would probably be our
そ
protagonist.
れでは改めて、祝宴はどういたしましょう。
分かった。祝宴を企画しろ。ただし、司令長官からの振る舞い酒はないぞ。
He's generally fun, except for that one time where he wanted to commit treason to get more ships. he always wants to take action. It's usually the action you expect the main character to take.
了解しました。
He's got a fun back and forth with second in command.
狩人作戦は最終段階へと至っていた。3週間前、我々の後方を横断する形で脱出を図ろうとした敵残存兵力がトライフ大提督の第21艦隊に追い詰められ降伏した。これを機に各戦線の敵兵力はあるいは愚かにも抵抗を試みて殲滅され、またあるいは懸命にも降伏をした。
So I recognize the Abriel banner. So I must be the brother guy. We're back on his ship.
司令長官、まもなくバスコットン門を通過します。近隣に敵質量波は感知されていません。
バスコットン門か。全てはここから始まったんだな。ああ、連合軍はこの西形から帝国へ侵攻していったんだ。まさしく戦争はここで始まった。
Wait, did I get it wrong? Is this the brothers again?
いわば戦いのふるさとだな。よし。
Oh, sorry. The crest I was looking at was the crest of the Ab Empire, not the Abriel insignia.
偵察で十分だろう。機動要塞が設置されている可能性が高い。予備雷撃が機動要塞にほとんど効果がないことは知っているだろうに、ネレース。念には念を入れろだ。なぜこんな時にだけ？身長という概念から最も遠くにいるお前が。 だからお前は人を見る目がないというんだ。
I kind of miss the second charges people who are always giving us like the odds of stuff happening. They made me feel like they were taking these fights seriously, more so than the people who were like about glory or boredom and whatnot.
本当は打撃戦隊のみと言わず、全ての船に全弾発射を命じたいんだ。派手と言ったって嫌いの爆発が見えるわけじゃないよ。通常空間で核融合弾を爆発させる方が華やかだと思うな。しかも安上がりだ。まあそれはそうだが、いや論点がずれている。とにかく予備雷撃だ。分かったよ。無駄だと僕が指摘したことを忘れないでくれよ。 反応がないな。偵察軍艦隊、バスコットン門へ突入せよ。
I feel like you should have drones or something, not just fire off, like firing a missile to see what happens. It's, I guess it's the Star Trek thing, right? Photon torpedoes are also sensor pods.
僕は必ず敵がいるなどと言った覚えはないぞ。だが指揮官たる者、常に最悪の事態に備えておくべきだろう。僕は何も言ってないよ。舌を怠けさせていただけだ。得意げな顔をしていたじゃないか。見解の相違だな。
待ってください。続きがあります。ただし友軍多数を認むです。
友軍だと？どこを通ってきたんだ？もちろんイリューシ王国を通ってきたんだろうよ。くそ。
More names of places I don't recall off the top of my head.
お前は妙に一番乗りにこだわっていたな。ああ、このバスコットン制圧の瞬間を一番盛り上がるところにする予定だったのに、これでご破算だ。盛り上がるって何が？もちろん回想録第2部がだ。なるほど。僕としたことが他にあるわけないものな。他の部隊が制圧した後にのこのこ来てもあまり盛り上がらない。そうだろ？いつまでも子供じみた名誉欲にとらわれているんじゃない。
One might consider actually to be a showing of that insanity your frickin' family's known for.
さらに言えば、回想力を面白くするために戦うのが一族の伝統だと思われたら、僕は美ボースの姿勢を捨てる。華やかに狂える美ボースという言葉には不本意ながらもいささか惹かれるのだけれども、お前のはちっとも華やかじゃない。お前に恥なんて概念があったのか。 さぞ独特なものだろうね。普通なら3代前の先祖にまで遡って恥ずかしめてやるところだ 兄弟じゃそれもできない。そのことに気づくと
I mean, if it's a genetic condition,
周知の
you
真実が
couldn't do much about it to begin with.
次の命令を出したらどうだ。そうだな。全艦バスコットン門に粛々と侵入せよ。敵じゃない。
Again, I find these two to just be insufferable. So,
一体どこの部隊だ。
こちらは和駅第二艦隊司令長官アブリアル大帝
僕は狩人第4艦隊司令長官ビボース提督。
man, that voice to face combination does not seem like it matches up right well.
思いがけなく機関隊と開口できて私も喜んでいる。
一つお伺いしたい。すでに政権を制圧していたのなら、なぜ警戒艦を平面宇宙にお出しにならなかったのです。機雷を無駄にしなくて済んだのに。ぬか喜びしなくて済んだのにの間違いだろ。
こちらもついたばかりだったのだ、帝督。警戒の任に当たる巡察艦を平面宇宙に送り込もうとしたらいきなり機雷の嵐だ。我々は敵味方識別装置の開発者に感謝すべきであろうよ。彼がいなければ我が艦隊の何隻かは被害を被ったであろうから。
Would have ended up fighting firing at one another. It was a dumb move both ways.
いえ、お世話というほどのことは。それに今、僕の指揮下にはいらっしゃいません。
何か不始末でも。
I also completely didn't recognize that this was the dad until he said, taking care of my daughter. I was like confused about the last name.
しばらく続けるそうです。
あの子らしくないな。本当なのかね。
ええ、3週間も前に軍務としては撤退されたのですが、わざわざ休暇願いを出してもう一度向かわれたようです。
Oh, we're in the future. Okay.
まあ、その辺の事情は情報連結が終わればそちらでも詳し
So
く。
clearly she's looking for Jinto, so this should be where we see that flash that we saw before.
狩人艦隊司令部からの命令待ちです。
ということはこれから先の命令は受けてないのだな。それではこの整形のことはお任せした。我らは次の目的地ボーラーシュ八国に赴く。
ちょっと待ってください。ここの領主代行は出してくださらないのですか。
任せたと言ったであろ
う。しかし先に制圧したのは殿下の艦隊でしょ。僕たちの艦隊から出すのは筋が通らない。
それほど人材が沸騰しているとは思えないな、提督。そうだ、命令を待っている間、そなた自身が務めてはどう
だ。私も若い頃にやらされたが、領主代行とは実に退屈な仕事だ。信じられるくらい退屈だから。
Yes, please take these two out of the line of orders.
そうですか。
例外もあるがね、もちろん。健闘を祈る。
戦う相手がいませんがね。
待っているはずだよ。退屈という強敵がね。失礼する。
The Duchess had to fight Bordemoth constantly. It's a fierce villain.
艦隊の再編成が進み次第、慶州193門へ再突入する。目的地はボーラーシュ八国。
Surprised he's not going to Lobnos, though. Oh, thank God. I've been wondering if we were ever going to get back to the Hyde system. That's nice. That's a nice little roundabout. I appreciate it. It's been a while that I brought up the Hyde system stuff, but I've been wondering if we were gonna... Plus, fuck Teal! Teal's finally gonna get his one up. It didn't make sense. You know what I meant.
それほど外見は変わらないのに、いつの間にか遊ぶのをぐがるようになり。リュルディア、リュルディア。気がつくと冷たくなっている。
Oh, come on. I don't need children learning about death from dead cats.
家にいたたくさんの猫の中で、ただ一匹私の猫だったあの子もそうだった。あの時、もう猫は飼わないと誓った。
You got a long line of cats. You clearly didn't keep that up.
とうとう帰ってこなかったな、彼。
I think one of the thumbnails is just her with a ton of cats.
もう行ってしまったの。 バーブの追い方は猫とは違う。普段は若い人と変わらないのに、次第に眠る時間が長くなっていく。そしてある日、永遠に目が覚めることがなくな
Not
って
for
しまう。
nothing, but that sounds fucking amazing to
地
me.
上で生まれたものはどのように老いるのだろう。猫のように
Twice as long life, but also twice as long sleep sometimes?
ちゃんと聞いてみたい。老いるということはどんな気分なのだろう。でも彼は的確な答えを出すにはまだ若すぎる。そう、彼は私が初めて出会った同世代の地上人だった。
So it's funny that I talked about the whole age thing, and here we are
どちらが幸せに行ったのだろう。
going on
彼
more
はま
about
だ
it.
生きているの？もう行ってしまったの？行ったとしたら、私はあの時のような思いをするのだろうか。
I mean, it wouldn't be great to think of Jinto the same as a dead cat.
行かなくちゃ。行かなくちゃ。今を生き延びて、あの頃に戻る。
Okay, yeah, he's remembering from back at Crest of the Stars. I was like, did Lafiel go back and pick him up?
自分が何者であるかもわからない少年の関係だったあの頃がひどく懐かしい。時間を戻すのは
Man,
不
that
可能だけど、
animation really did improve over the series. I did not realize that at all.
きっとできるよね。だから今は歩こう。生きている限り
God, I miss the Crest of the Stars days.
君がいる。
I'm not saying the show got worse, I'm just saying they started with their best
行
material.
かなくちゃ。
Oh, come on. That was the best episode. Well, episode after that one, actually. Sorry. Episode after that one was the best episode. Yeah, that fight with the Baron. Then, crash landing here on the planet. Lafiel before being forced into civilian clothes. Oh no, she had to use the bathroom. That was right. There's the civilian clothes. Running through the amusement park. Launching from the funeral grounds. Launching into space in a coffin. You gonna recap your life?
マーティンの大地、デルクトゥの大地、クラスビュールの大地、映像でしか目にしたことのない大地、映像でも出会ったことのない
He'd
大
have to
地。
if he's about to die.
そして夢の中で僕の傍らにはいつも
Yeah. Yeah, I guess there wasn't enough time left in the episode for us to actually get to that cave that we saw at the very beginning. Still, it's not the expected path I thought we'd get. I thought literally he's going to be held hostage. Like, who does this to him then? How does he wind up in the bed in a cave? I really thought it was going to be the Resistance, but it seems like he's wandering around now with... And we know the Resistance is basically done. And Lafiel's gone back to the system. I think that's what the her dad was implying. No, sorry, not her dad. The two insane twins. Brothers that I don't fucking care about. Yeah. Huh. Does he just, like, trip and fall into a cave and a bunch of people... Like, how... In one episode, like, the whole arc of this season... was literally just getting him by himself and then making sure that no one was around him. But that can't be right because he could have just. Well, I guess you couldn't just wander around because you wouldn't. But he would know where the last people Dean Station people were, so he should have been able to wander back that way. I guess the threat he would think would be he could get shot by any resistance fighters. But then again, he was at a building, and there's plenty of buildings around. Some of them have to have communications devices. Couldn't hail orbit, but I don't know. I just don't understand why he's wandering around by himself right now, and specifically in an area where nobody else is. That seems very confusing. That's gonna have to be answered next time, unless he's not. Because I feel like the implication on the next time was we're going to be in a dreamscape. We're going to be recounting Jinto's life, his journey up until here, so he can die. I have to say, if he really is dying, if he really is going to die here, the only reason I can't get emotional about it is that we've built up to it so much. Like, the fact they showed it in the first episode as possibly something that's going to happen, and that every episode till then has just been me thinking about it. I've burnt myself out on the emotion of what Jinto's death is going to mean. I don't know how this is going to sound. I've done the same thing with basically all of my family members. How bad I would feel, how sad I would be, what I would have to do, what I would say, that sort of thing. I've thought about that so much with my family members that when it comes time for them to actually die, I've basically shed all of my tears already. So, I same thing here, except that I've obviously not done anything on screen. It's been such a slow burn that I don't really know. I'll, I don't know. I'm hands up in the air. I don't know. More specifically, I'm confused about where Jinto is, how he's gotten there, and what's going to happen. I am happy with the father, though. The father's doing everything I want. Father is out there. He's in action. He's direct. He's treating everybody the way they should be treated, which is to say, putting those two in their place. And he wants to go back to the hide system. He's saying for the guy who's been with his daughter this whole time, to repay him for everything. Whatever. I don't even care. So long as Teal gets his. Fuck Teal. Jeez. My mind is a thunderstorm right now of thoughts that are just a jumbled mess. I'm going to go ahead and hop on into the fast forward bit. I'll see you on the other side where hopefully I'll have my notes in a readable order at the very least. I'll catch you then. Alright, we're back from the flash forwards, or fast forwards, rather. I don't have as much notes this time around because I felt like most of the stuff was just very face of it. Like, the stuff that I said during the reaction applied more than me saying it over again. Of course, some of these things I just do repeat. Also, I'm still left with the questions about Jinto and what's going to happen and how he is where he is. So, just kind of leaving that in the air. Not going to keep going back over that. So, 7 ships out of the original 36 survived the First Fleet's blockade of the Lobness system, 3 suffering major damage, and as bad as the flagship looked, it was one of the 3 that only suffered minor damage, which means that there was 1 ship out of 36 that got out of this completely unharmed. I mean, that has got to be the luckiest ship in the fleet, right? You got to like mark that down for something. There's got to be some sort of crest put on that thing. It's crazy to wait until you are within mine launching range to send your message of surrender. That's just inviting to be attacked. This is, of course, to deal with the fleet that was coming up on Admiral Trife. That Trife was like, get ready to fire. They're within range. Unless you wanted to time it just right to be surrendering just as you got hit to make the other side look bad. Like, I don't know, outside of politics, what this would be purposefully for. Uh, it wouldn't make any sense, because who would know about your whatever you just did if you all died? Like, all the Alb have to do is not say it, and that would be it. It's very poor last-minute decision-making by the commander of the United Mankind Supply Fleet. It very much gives the appearance of being undecided to the very last moment. Because, Admiral Trife's assistant is like, this is a pretty smart move by these guys. And the last thing we got from Spore was basically, I think the other commander is a fucking idiot. I appreciate the juxtaposition of Lafiel thinking to herself that she might not be fit for military service, then remembering her dad saying the same thing, only to call back her dad's conversation with his son earlier in the season. By the way, this is me calling back, not Lafiel. Well, no, I'm sorry. He says in the show, in this episode rather, that he is not fit for military service in her memory, and then in my memory calling back to earlier in the season when he's with his son in the room full of the cats, where he said he couldn't just sit back while his daughter was fighting. Something I'd completely forgotten about right till I recognized that the man on the screen putting the brothers in their place was him and not the 4th Crown Prince like I was originally thinking, because I thought it's like, this face doesn't match this voice. What's going on here? And then it's like, oh, that's him. That's the different guy. Wrong guy from what I was thinking. We haven't seen that guy in a while. And just one last note about him. Thank God for his one-line drop about the hide system. I've been asking about it all season, and now it's going to happen. I guess my hope has to be that this is what Banner of the Stars 3 is going to be about, bringing us full circle to end the series. We start in the hide system, we go on this big old journey, and then Jinto comes home. I don't know what he does there. I know Banner of the Stars 3 is only 2 episodes long. Jinto might die here, so sometimes Teal gets his, I guess. From Banner of the Stars 2, and I guess the very end of Crest of the Stars, when Jinto says, all I want to do is make sure that you have the rest of your life ahead of you as best as it can be. I know I'm not paraphrasing it even close to being right, but that's the impetus we get, that Jinto knows he's going to die long before she does, and if he does, he wants her to be in her best place, even without him. So the fact that he threw that out there so early on kind of expresses that this is going to be one of those far vision sort of series, and that we're going to see things past the end of the main character. I feel like, anyway. Kind of like what was it? Something of falling stars in Babylon 5, right? Where we see the future history of mankind, and Delenn is without John talking about how great a person John was to this like news agency that's trying to badmouth him. We see the characters without the significant others. So, anticipation. That's all I'm saying. I guess we also see that Akuria's dad has died. I'm assuming that's who, because it looks like it's her dad, um, helping her deal with the dead cat, and then obviously there's a time gap because I doubt he like died the next day. Because that, I mean, if something fucked her up, then maybe that was that. But also that the lesson that she got about cats' lives was that she'd go on to surround herself with cats. It's either that or she was surrounding herself with cats before that one cat died, in which case that was just the unlucky cat that died first. I don't know. I just remember I used the picture of her, like, in a cat household in a early thumbnail. And here she is, seemingly looking older, but having a hard time reconciling one dead cat. Maybe they got her a ton of cats when she was little, and these were all kittens turning into cats, and this is the first of those that died. I don't know. But my point of view is that if I didn't get this backwards, that this might be a compensation thing, like stress eating or the like, filling your life with what you need to lose that sense of loss that you've had. That she lost one cat, got more cats. That she lost her dad, got more cats. I don't know. She is a strange character to me most of the time. Only in the so much as that I recognize that she really likes Jinto and does not express it well, or expresses it towards the cat instead of Jinto, and then otherwise is looking for trouble to happen and wants it to. I don't know. She's not a major character. We don't spend a lot of time with her outside of her commentary on the bridge and mostly in Band of the Stars too. So I'm not looking for trying to understand her now when we literally have only 3 episodes left in the series. I'm gonna be fucked if she becomes major to the last 3 episodes, but we are where we are. Anyway, that's all the thoughts I have from this episode. Of course, it was great because my favorite character didn't die. She survived. They stopped encircling her to chase her with like 4 ships, but encouraging her to retreat. Even though the fleet did nothing, like I didn't know that we were going to time jump 3 weeks into the future. So I thought, oh, maybe the ship is like, maybe everyone in United Mankind is actually addicted to this drug. Maybe that's why they have the prisoner place on one island, and then the rest of the planet is just like, what, nothing? Oh, maybe it's a drug planet. Maybe it's that sort of thing. Maybe this is the Ketracel White of Crest / Banner of the Stars. I don't know. But I guess it was nothing. Not unless we get another info dump later, and I don't see how that's going to be pertaining to anything about Jinto. Anyway, I guess that just goes to show you, even my fast forward doesn't encompass all of my thoughts. I didn't write any of this down. I've still got off the dome stuff half an hour later. Either way, I'm calling it here. I'll hit you with anything else I may have thought of at the beginning of the next episode. Either way, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Banner of the Stars 2, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?